Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes
Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel for another live show this evening. This is the match preview to our game tomorrow night against Leicester City in the Carabao Cup First Round draw. Before we do get into it all, make sure you do smash that like button down below if you can. Comment your thoughts throughout the show as well. I always love hearing from you, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Or if you're watching it on playback as well, you can comment your thoughts in the comment section. But if you're watching it live, you can pop your comments in the chat. And it'd be great to hear from you guys in the chat this evening. Also, the Football Content Awards. Obviously, we are pretty much basically within the 5 days until the nominations close for the Football Content Awards. So if you can, spare a moment of your time to go and vote for me for Best New Content Creator. It would really mean a lot to me. The link to vote is in the description. And if you have already voted, if you could just get maybe a few people that you know to vote for me as well, that would be fantastic. So yeah, share it around with everybody you know. And yes, like I say, it only takes a moment, and it would mean so much to me. So yes, we are about to get into it then. So let's have a look. Charlie's niece says, hello Ryan, hope you're doing well. Big up Charlie, how are you doing, pal? Hope good to see you, mate. And yes, thank you for joining me this evening. Thank you for saying hello. And I'm doing all right, doing my best, I guess. Hope you're doing well too. Big up to yourself. And half a job Rob says, love this. About time we had genuine YouTube content. Big up to yourself, Rob. I appreciate that kind comment there. Appreciate that, mate. Obviously, I do my best. So obviously, yeah. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, man. But look, this is the start of one of the cup competitions that we do enter this season, as usual, Carabao Cup. Now, this notion that the game doesn't really matter because it's a cup game is nonsense, in my view. Whilst we all know that the league is the priority and getting promotion back to the Championship is the priority, I'm not disputing that. But for me, what I can't understand is that how some people can't see that continuing this positive momentum that we're on at the moment, of winning football matches for as long as we can, is crucial to us. It's crucial. After what we've been through in previous, just go back to the previous season, we need to keep that, those confidence levels, high. So this notion that this game doesn't matter, I'm sorry, it does. This is another opportunity to win a game, and we want to keep building confidence. We're not going to win this cup, but does it mean that I want to go out first round? No, it doesn't. We want to keep winning football matches, and that's how I see it. So I did want to put that out there, guys. It just really annoys me how we had the same last season. when we went into the cup competition, it was, oh, it doesn't matter. Now that waste of space trophy that we're entering, because we're in League One now. What's it called now? We were going to a group. I can't remember what it's called, but that competition, fair enough. But the Carabao Cup, FA Cup, for me, we should take those seriously, and that's how I see it. It's so yeah. Let's have a look at the comments coming in. Ian says, hello mate, hope you're okay. Big up Aiden, how are you doing, pal? Good to see you. Hope you're well. Joseph saying hello. He says, how are you? Big up to you, Joseph. I haven't seen you for ages. How are you? I'm just doing my best, mate. I'm doing my best. But yeah, I hope you're doing well. Good to see you back. Ian says, make sure you smash the like and subscribe if you're new. Don't forget to vote for Ryan at the Football Content Awards. Yes. Aiden, if you want to put the voting link in the chat, we appreciate that. But the link to vote is in the description of this video anyway, so you will see it on the description of the video. But yes, thank you so much. Always promoting, always showing the love. Big up to you, Aiden. Thank you. And you also said, I want nothing but a win tomorrow to continue the winning mentality. Yeah, absolutely. And that's what we want. But there's always going to be some out there that just say, the league's a priority, that's it, guys, that's it. But no, these people just don't seem to think properly, to be fair. They just go off what they did last season, like usual. Never learn. Jack says, hi Ryan, I've watched the preview on Town's channel. I feel Nichols will start in goal. What's your take on Nichols in goal? Big up to you, Jack, and obviously, I kind of got the impression from that press conference today that, there were going to be quite a few changes. I do expect it. And I do think it's a sensible option to put Nichols in goal for this game because, let's face it, he hasn't, had much competitive action so far. And if he is, if we need to call upon him at any point, if Goodman, touch wood, he doesn't get injured, but if he does, then he's ready to come in Inter. You know what I mean? So I can see the thinking behind Nichols playing tomorrow night, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it. Kind of expect the Virtue Trophy. Yeah, that trophy. Look, it is a trophy, but it's a trophy that doesn't really need to be there. Like the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup are fine, but that added tournament for me is just ridiculous. There's no need for it. Yeah, EFL trophy. Yeah, thank you guys. I can't remember. Rob says a good cup run will give real confidence to the team and carry over into the league. Yeah, that this comment here, absolutely spot on. Try telling those that just write off any cup that we enter. They did it last season. They're doing it again this time. So I don't know. There's just no helping some people, I guess, is there? But yeah, no, this comment is spot on, and we want to keep building that confidence. Getting a win in this one and going on a little run in these cup competitions instead of getting knocked out first round, second round. Let's just kind of go on a little bit of a run in these tournaments, because you do get some extra money for it as well. And that's also important. So yeah, I agree. We can carry it over into the league and feel good about ourselves. For example, if we go tomorrow night and we lose quite badly, I'm not saying we are going to do, but if we did, then it kind of we're going to Saturday with a little bit of a, you know what I mean? A bit of doubt. Whereas if we win the game or we give a good account of ourselves and still, if we lose, we lose. But we give a good account of ourselves, that's fine. But I'm just saying that's the difference. We need to try and win this game. But yes, and Aiden has put the link to vote. But like I say, it is in the description of the video as well, guys. You can go and vote for me at the Football Content Awards for Best New Content Creator. Thank you very much. And thank you, Aiden, for putting that in there as well. Big up. Paul's in the chat. He says, is Leo Castledine, Murray Wallace, and McGuane still injured or just not match fit? I kind of got the impression that potentially those could be involved tomorrow night. Now, I know Murray Wallace has been in. They've just had to be careful. Wallace, obviously, has been in training. Castledine has been in training now for 2 weeks. Well, I say 2 weeks. It's the second week. He's done full training. So, we're not even into a full week yet. But this is the second week. So, he's had a good 10 days. I think Leo Castledine will be ready tomorrow. And McGuane, I think he will potentially be involved, but he won't be starting. I don't see tomorrow night. But he's certainly going to be in. You could potentially see him on the bench tomorrow. But I'm not sure. There's a good chance for the likes of Leo, Marcus McGuane, and Wallace might be. Yeah, I agree. I think we probably will see maybe bits of them tomorrow. Paul, Castledine. Yeah, no, we know. We do know that obviously Castledine and McGuane haven't had full pre-seasons. But I just think in this game tomorrow night, I think it's a good kind of, starting point for them to start getting some minutes for us. And yeah, I do expect to see both of them. I'd be surprised if we didn't see both of them, if not one or the other, for sure. Right. I don't know why it keeps going off. Right, being honest, I prefer running the FA Cup because FA Cups are mostly on the weekend. And the Carabao Cup games are midweek, which means 3 game match weeks. That's actually a very good point, to be honest with you. Yeah, it's a good point, that. And I understand your thinking. Because like I say, it does kind of... If you've got like a 3 game... We know it, don't we? If you've got a 3 game week, it does really take its toll, and yeah, we can kind of limit those 3 game weeks, then it will help us. So I understand what you're saying, but again, stick by what I say. I want to see us go out there and win the game tomorrow night. And yes, but look, I love the FA Cup traditionally anyway. I like the FA Cup. I do prefer the FA Cup over the Carabao Cup, but a cup is a cup, guys. You know what I mean? We just want to run in both, really. Jensen, I have a feeling we have a chance against Leicester as the players would have massive confidence after the first 2 games. And Leicester didn't look good against Wednesday. Yeah, no, I agree, mate. Like, obviously, we've got every right to go into that game tomorrow night with some confidence after the start we made to the season. I don't particularly, like you said, I don't think Leicester looked particularly good on Sunday. I do think that it's going to be a much changed side that we play that they fielded against Wednesday. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out, really. But big up everybody commenting, a lot of contributions. I appreciate you all. I love a late night midweek kickoff. And again, I like the night games, but I think what Aiden's kind of trying to say is that the 3 game weeks are very much, it does really take its toll on the squad. And I do understand that. Now, in the league, sometimes you have to play, Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday anyway. But if you can limit that, then... But we can't, unfortunately, because if we're in the Carabao Cup, then we have to just keep going with it, don't we? Is what it is. Win tomorrow, get Man United in the next round. See you on a Premier League club coming up, Blue Terrier. I mean, fair enough. I mean, imagine Man United coming to our stadium, or even if it was away, I would probably prefer him to come to our stadium, yeah, rather than go to Old Trafford. But I won't mind going to Old Trafford as well. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens. Let's get through this round first. Ryan, if we win tomorrow, who would you like us to face in the second round? To be fair though, Blue Terry, did the Premier League clubs come in the second round? I thought it was the 3rd round that they came in. If anybody can correct me on that, I appreciate it. But don't the Premier League clubs coming in the 3rd round, not the 2nd? Guys, let me know if you know, but I'm not too sure. If the Premier League clubs enter in the 2nd round. But you're doing well, mate. Yes, doing my best, thanks. One more way, yeah. Yeah, we're going to get into that, Charlie, pretty much straight away. That is the first thing that I'm going to mention before we do get into any opposition preview. Right, having the conversation. Get a win. I don't know why, but why is it that these my ring light battery levels are absolutely shocking. So now, but you can still see me, so it's all good. Gosh, guys, 15 minutes in when we still haven't been. But I appreciate everybody commenting, by the way. But get a win tomorrow, Paul says, and with Blackpool getting beat, we can give us more confidence for Saturday. Yeah, no, I think, yeah, I agree with you. Absolutely agree. Third round, so we can't even get a Premier League side in the next round. Blue Terrier. All right, we're going to get into it, Jensen, in a moment. I've got the information. Prem clubs are involved in round 2. It's the clubs in Europe that come in. All right, thank you. Thanks for that clarification. Appreciate that. I just couldn't remember. They changed the rules so much, I just couldn't remember. All right, Premier League clubs enter the third round. Also, all Prem, because Blue Terry is saying it's the teams that aren't in Europe will enter the next round, and then it's the teams that are in Europe in the Premier League that will enter in the third round. So we've got 2 answers. Doug saying that all Premier League teams enter in the third round, whether they're in Europe or not. I don't know. Anyways, let's get into the show because we have a lot of contributions so far, and I appreciate you all being here with me this evening. But yes, we're going to get to the breaking news that we obviously heard from the gaffer today. And it's already been said in the chat. But yes, some breaking injury news already. And some quite bad injury news from our perspective. And it involves Mickel Miller, who, as we know, when he first joined the club, he was very much a player that was injury prone, and we knew that. Now dropping down in division from the Championship where he was with Plymouth, we thought that potentially that we could have a player that would be able to kind of get kind of like just leave those injury problems behind him at a league below. But unfortunately, it hasn't worked out the way we would have liked it to done, and now we're in a situation where I'm going to be honest, guys. Like, I always felt like when Miller entered the pitch these opening few games, I always feel like I've got it in the back of my mind: don't get injured all the time because of what he's, what we've seen since he's come here, and now he's come here. It's just been a joke, really. He's a very good player, he's Miller. And I'm not denying he isn't, because we all know he is. But the reality is if this guy is never fit or available, or just constantly gets injured, then is he really any use to us? Because we need reliability. We need players that are available every week. We can't have passengers like this guy that he just constantly. Same with the likes of Healy. Same with all these guys that are out injured constantly. I just feel really frustrated that he's out again. And I've kind of just run out of patience with Miller now. I'm going to be honest. Because I think this is the final straw. Because we can't keep going on like this. And I gave him the benefit of the doubt this season. I thought, you know what? Let's see how he does this season. If he can get a good amount of games out of him, he's not injured for long spells again like last season, then I'll be happy. But I felt like this was the final straw for me in hearing this today. And yeah, it's just frustrating, and it just proves that now there is a big need to go out into the transfer window and get another. Well, Miller could play on the wing and obviously play at fullback, but I feel like we need to get another winger in that left side, because sometimes Ruskin came off for Miller, so on that in that more advanced role on the wing. So we need another winger. We knew we needed a winger anyway, but it's just increased that need now because we're short again. So, but look, let's have a look what the gaffer said about this. Obviously, I'm going to take off the Right. Sorry about that, guys. It kind of just went off, so I do apologise for that. But I'm back now. For some reason, it crashed on me. But yeah. So as I was saying before I was interrupted by this, is that the gaffer obviously said today that obviously he was asked about how Miller was, and he said it's not great. He has a hamstring injury. I'm so disappointed for Mickel. Everyone has seen how hard he's worked, but the results come back and he's going to be out for a while. There's still some work to be done on that to find out whether it will be 4, 6 or 8 weeks. Of course, he's disappointed. Other than Mickel, we come out of the game in good shape. But yeah, so that's what's being said in the press conference today, which is just really, really frustrating. Right. Let's have a look. Sorry, guys. Let's have a look. Just sorry, I've missed so many comments. Sorry about this, guys. Let's have a look. Where were we now? I don't know if we have the north and south divider. Well, yeah, but we at the moment, like, it is obviously north and south, but I don't know if it expands out to everybody once we get past this round. I can't remember. I should really have looked at the rules really before I came on here, but I didn't. So yes, but yes, it's time to ask my friend Google. Yeah, Google has always has the answers. Doug says if the non-Europe teams come in the second round, I imagine Huddersfield v Man United next round. Guys, we have to get past this first round first, so let's just see. But yeah, just imagine though, it would be a great occasion. But I don't know, probably prefer somebody else to be fair. But yeah, because yeah, I wouldn't want to see Man United get knocked out, but I want to see Wolves get knocked out either. So it's one of those. Hope you're well, right? Yeah, I do my best. I'm doing my best. Big up to you, Doug. How are you? Good. I hope you're well as well. Cracking player, Miller. Get to full fitness. Will be a rock for us. The thing is, though, Rob. Yeah, he's a great player, Miller. But we're just going round in this rinse and repeat cycle of staying fit. He's not even been two. It's been 2 games. He's already and he's already out injured again. It's just ridiculous. We can't keep going round like this all the time. And you can be a great player, but if you're not available, then it really doesn't make a difference, does it? How good you are. Yeah, I had a few issues, guys. It seemed to load off and it crashed. So yes, I'm back now anyway. Yes, I am back. And Michael's in the building. He says, evening, Ryan. Hope you're well. Big up, Michael. How are you doing? Good to see you, mate. But let's get into it then, guys. Let's get into the preview. So, of course, Leicester City are our opponents tomorrow night then. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting match, isn't it, really? Obviously, the manager, Marte Cifuentes, I'm going to say it wrong, but I don't even know how to say it. But anyway, so he was only appointed as their manager over the summer after parting ways with Van Nistelrooy after relegation from the Premier League. Of course, yeah, I think Marty is a good coach, to be fair. Obviously, he did steady the ship at QPR. I think everybody knows him from there. And yeah, obviously, he does set up his sides to be organised. And you know what I mean? They like to have the football a lot. And yeah, that's kind of what it is. But look, I think he's been given this opportunity at Leicester now. And yeah, he's got a lot of pressure on him. There's different expectations between QPR and now Leicester. And I mean, how's he going to handle that? But yeah, I think he's a good manager overall. Still kind of needs to prove himself a little bit. Because although his record at QPR was good, but it probably could have been better as well. But the resources he was working with as well there, guys, got to take that into consideration. But he did well. He did steady the ship there at QPR. Now, there is obviously expected to be a number of changes for our visitors. As obviously they did play on Sunday, bearing in mind. So they've obviously had one less day than us to recover. Plus, like ourselves, they will be priority in the league. They'll prioritise in the league because they want to get back up to the Premier League, of course. So, but they'll still be putting out a side that will be competitive and will try. They will believe that they can win the game with. Now, on the website that I look for in terms of looking at opposition, obviously on smartmall.co.uk, the lineup that they think they will go with is Begovic in goal, Justin, Faze, Nelson, and Thomas, with Samare, Winks, McAteer, El Canous, Monga, and Daka up front. Also, the depth that Leicester have is very good, and so it'll be a very good test for us, actually. You know what I mean? It will be a good test for us. And that's what excites me a little bit, because you want to be coming up against sides like this. You want to be coming up against these sides that, will give you a match, and you will have to find the solutions if you're going to win that game. So that's the kind of games I like. I like where, okay, we like the easy games as well, of course, but we also like the ones where we have to, the manager and things have to find the solutions if it isn't going our way, and they have to find the solutions to break them, to getting behind them and break them down ultimately. So, yeah, that's kind of Leicester's point of view. Obviously, a few players there, obviously experienced in goal. Begovic, of course. Everybody knows Begovic. Very good keeper, very reliable when called upon. And they've got the likes of El Canous, who I think he's very good going forward, very dangerous. McAteer, obviously Winks was at Tottenham not so long ago. So he's a good player in that midfield. And they've got a really solid back line as well, I think. So yeah, I expect it to be a tough game. And let's see how we fare against a team like this, because we know that they will put out a side that will be able to win that match, and they've got very, very good depth. So yeah, is what it is. Rob says, half my family are Leicester season ticket holders. Going to be a good win for us tomorrow night. Generally think we'll win. Yeah, I mean, it's fair enough, mate. Obviously, yeah. I mean, I have liked the Leicester story over the years. Obviously, them winning the Premier League against all odds, or all those years, those a couple of years ago. And I just like, yeah, they're a good run club, and I've not really got anything bad to say about them, really. So yeah, like I said, and you're feeling very confident for the win tomorrow night as well. So I like it. Aiden says, I hope we go 1-0 down tomorrow, because I want to see what the team does when we go one behind. If you know what I mean. Yeah, no, I said that in my previous kind of, was it last week? In the preview to the game last weekend. I did it last Friday. Obviously, I said that to Mike, didn't I? I said, we will see where we're at as a club collectively when we do go 1-0 down, or we do face adversity in a match. How are we going to respond? That's what I want to see. So yeah, no, I know exactly where you're coming from there, because I said that myself last week. Anything could happen in these games. You never know what actually is going to happen, and I think we could surprise a few tomorrow. Yeah, cup competition's a cup competition there. Like I say, it's a one-off game, and that's the beauty of it, isn't it? You know what I mean? It doesn't really matter which team is stronger in terms of how much quality they've got out there. It's just about what happens on the night. And that's how I see it. And it's going to be a very good game. I think it's going to be a good game indeed. Now, let's get into our perspective then, guys. So obviously, yeah, I mean, we do go into this game in very high spirits after our opening two games has seen us pick up maximum points and 2 clean sheets. So no goals conceded so far. As I've already alluded to, I think there will be plenty of rotation in this game, just due to that busy schedule that we've got, and it allows others opportunity in the squad to show what they can do, which I like. You know what I mean? We have got that depth in our squad now, and we have got players that can come in and make a difference. So I actually like that. I like the fact that we can rotate and we still got a good, strong side. So that's how I see it. Now, as the team news, obviously we know Miller is definitely going to be out for a good while. We didn't really have any kind of potential, like Lee Grant didn't give it much away in terms of whether maybe a Castledine or a McGuinn are going to start tomorrow night. He wasn't giving too much away in his press conference today. So it's very hard to kind of know what lineup we're going to kind of go with in this one. But I've kind of picked a lineup that I feel will be strong enough to win the match. And I've made quite a lot of changes. But I feel like this team that I'm about to bring up. So get your lineups in the chat if you want to get involved. I love reading your lineups out. And I'm going to go through mine in a moment. Let's see what Michael says in the chat, who's just commented. He said it was only a matter of time before Miller got injured again. Hope he plays more than 18 games. More than 18 games than last season. Yeah, I mean, look, mate, it's just a joke, isn't it? You always felt like there was an injury around the corner with this guy. And now it's happened. It's happened. And it's happened within 2 games of the season beginning. It's just a joke. It really is a joke. And whilst I really loved Miller, I think he's a fantastic player. We all know he is. And the start he's made to the season as well he was being brilliant for us. But I'm at a point now where, yeah, what do we do now? What do we do? Because we can't rely on this guy to stay fit. So we have to rely on others in the squad to keep fit in that position that he plays. So I don't know, man. I just kind of feel like I've given up a little bit on him now. Charles, if it's a draft full time, does it go straight to penalties? Yes, it does. I believe I do know one rule. He just goes straight to penalties if it is level at full time. Yeah. But look. So yeah, let's get my lineup on there. Let's get my lineup up there, and then let me know yours in the chat if you want to get involved. So here we are. So I have decided to put Nichols in goal because I do believe that is going to happen, and I understand. I've already alluded to it earlier why I believe that should happen, because he does need to be ready if we need him competitively. And he hasn't had many minutes this season, as we know, in competitive action. A back 4 of Rowan, Wallace. I would bring Wallace in, and Feeney, who of course came on to make his debut against Reading and looked very good. So I feel like we can rely upon him at the back. So I'm happy with him there. Gooch, again, another one that hasn't had much. He was late to the pre-season and he's been building up his minutes. So I think this is a good game for him to build up some more minutes and, you know what I mean, get some more minutes in his legs. So Gooch for me at right back. Then the 2 holding Kasumu. I would like to see Kasumu tomorrow night because he hasn't had any action in competitive action yet. Lee Grant just doesn't seem to favour him. I don't know why, but he doesn't. But I would play him tomorrow. I would be playing Ledson alongside him now. If McGuinn is fit, I don't really think that even if McGuinn is part of the squad, I don't think he's ready to play at start a game. So it probably would be a bench kind of situation. So Ledson for me has to start alongside Kasumu. Then I have gone with May on the right, Castledine as the 10. I think I've got a feeling that Castledine is ready. I've got a feeling that he will be starting tomorrow night. I do. I just got a feeling. And Ruskin on the left. And then I've gone for Charles up top, who needs a goal, as we already said in the last review show. And yeah, I believe that he needs to get some minutes from the start in this one and see how he does. See how he does in that first half of this one. And if he's not doing it, then take him off. But I just think let's see how he does. So that's my lineup I'd like to see. I've made quite a lot of changes, but I still believe that squad that I've put out there is strong enough to win that game tomorrow. That's how I see it. Let's have a look. A few lineups coming in now. So we've got 4-2-3-1. You've gone for Nichols in goal. A back four. You've gone for Eccleston. As you know, obviously, yeah. I mean, look, we could bring him in. He hasn't even been part of the squad though yet for League One. In the opening couple of games, so it would be a surprise if he was in, but potentially. Anyway, back four of Wallace, Feeney, Balker, and Eccleston, not in order, of course. McGuinn and Kasumu in the two holding positions, and then I actually agree. Aisha on that right. I could actually put Aisha on that right side instead of me, and give me a little rest. But Aisha, Castledine, and I'm presuming you've gone for Charles as the 10. You haven't gone for Charles, you've gone for Castledine as 10. You've gone Charles out wide and Taylor up front. Fair enough. I mean, yeah, I'd certainly like that lineup, mate, and thank you for that. Some different options there you've gone with, with what I went with. But thank you. Joseph's in the 4-2-3-1. Nichols in goal. Sway. Yes, Sway. Looked good in pre-season, so maybe. Feeney, Balker and Wallace at the back. Kasumu and McGuinn in the two holding midfield role. You've got Dion Charles on the right. Castledine as the 10. Ruskin on the left. And then Taylor up front. Yeah, again, another lineup that I don't mind at all. To be honest with you, and I can see why you've gone with the selections you've gone with. A lot of people are going with McGuinn in the lineup. I just don't know if he's going to be ready. But yeah, if he is, then yeah, I know he's definitely back in training with the group. Because I felt like maybe was the club hinting today, because I saw that they posted a picture of McGuinn on the training pitch. So I thought, is that a hint that he's going to be maybe potentially starting tomorrow? I don't know. Potentially. But yeah, nice. Thank you very much, Joseph. Jensen has gone for his lineup. Nichols in goal, Sway, Feeney, Wallace, and Rowan, with Kasumu and McGuinn in the two midfield role. Charles on the right, Castledine at the 10, Roos on the left, and Taylor up front. Yeah, nice. Again, very, very good lineup from you. And I appreciate everybody that's kept contributing. And Aiden has gone for a 4-2-3-1 as usual. Nichols in goal, Sway, Wallace, Feeney, and Sorensen at the back. With George Yorpender, of course, Tom's brother, who's obviously in the academy and obviously still at the club, obviously in the academy still. Tom is, of course, on loan at Notts County. But yeah, George Yorpender with Kasumu. Yeah, I like that, to be fair. Like Yorpender, obviously inexperienced, Kasumu very experienced. I think obviously could help him. So yeah, fair enough. And obviously Castledine on the left wing, Aisha as the number 10, May as the right wing, and Charles the striker. Again, another interesting lineup at Aiden. Obviously you've gone for a few differences here as well. And yeah, I like the look of that one as well, to be honest with you. So really, really appreciate everybody getting involved. And yeah, we've kind of gone through our lineups now. So I'm going to get into the head-to-head record if it really matters. I mean, Leicester definitely got the better of us in recent years, winning 5 of the club's last 6 meetings, while scoring 16 goals in those 6 games. So yeah, but again, it's a cup competition. It doesn't really matter. who's got the better head-to-head record, does it? It's a cup competition. It's a one-off game. It is about what happens on the night. Now, let's have a look at a few press quotes from the gaffer, who had a few things to say today, didn't he? First up, he was asked what kind of side he was going to field against Leicester, and I hate this layout, guys, on this new platform now. Like, in fact, full screen's better for me when it's like this. Right, I've got it on full screen. I can see it better now. So he said, we don't expect to play the same team. We have options and want to make sure we're giving people opportunities. And we have lots of people who are deserving opportunities. Yeah, I do agree on that one. Very competitive squad, and we definitely have the squad depth to give those players that have been deserving of the chance now. We can't field more than 11 players, unfortunately, in a starting lineup. So people have had to be patient. Players have had to be patient. He said at the same time, it's another game where you want to have an opportunity of winning the game. So those things will be in mind when I'm picking my team. Make of that what you will. Are we going to see not as many changes as we maybe think there's going to be, but we're going to see a few names that obviously we're going to see rotation, but are we going to see as many changes as what we've all done? We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, obviously he also said we're talking about smart guys, and the likes of Murray Wallace, Leo Castledine and Marcus McGuane are really capable and really smart in terms of their football brain. Everyone has had a good opportunity in training to see them, for themselves. But there's no better opportunity than being out there in the thick of it. Over the next few weeks, hopefully they can get those opportunities. Yes, so obviously the gaffer saying a few things there about what to potentially expect. He also said when he was asked about just waiting for the full screen thing to it. Yeah, how important is the League Cup? He said, I don't want to speak for anybody else, but it's always the next game. And right now, this is the one in front of us. It's a chance to play against a really good team with a talented young manager who plays a style of football I admire. So why not get excited about it and enjoy that opportunity and go out and try and win the game? Yeah, no, I agree. You know, Lee Grant just spitting facts, guys. He's just unbelievable. You know, what a guy, you know what I mean? Just says it how it is. No bullshit. Just says it how it is. Anyway, next quote he said is every club will have different contexts for the cup, but for where we are right now, it's a great opportunity to show where we're at. I agree. You have to enjoy these ones. I'm sure there will be periods of the game we don't enjoy, but we have to be comfortable within that. We know this season is not going to go all our way, so having to suffer at times in games is great exposure for our group. Again, I do agree. I do understand what he's saying there. And like I said, you know what I mean, it does set us up nicely to, you know, for the challenges ahead. And it does give the group exposure in dealing with these situations that we come against in the match. And he also went on to say, finally, in the final quotes I've got from the press conference, thoughts on the Leicester side. He said, they're a really good side. Anyone who saw them at the weekend will know they like to have the ball. And they're able to do that against really good sides. We're under no illusion about the size of the test. Regardless if they make changes, we still expect a really hard level of opposition. All the subs they sent on at the weekend were talented and experienced players, so we expect a tough game. Their principles are really clear, so we know what we're going to be up against, but that doesn't make them any easier to decode. Then finally he said, it's great to test your wits against a team from the level above. It's a good test for our lads early in the season. Yeah, no, I agree. You know, and he's pretty spot on there, you know what I mean, about what he thinks of this side, Leicester side that we're coming up against. And yeah, I just agree. I agree with everything he says, guys. I just can't disagree with what he's saying here. He's just speaking facts. Let's see what people are saying in the chat. Is anyone want Ladap or Radulovic on the bench? One word answer. No. Anyways, moving swiftly on. There is players on the bench. There's players that deserve to be on the bench more than those two do, let me tell you. So there we are. But look, Michael has got his lineup in as well. Thank you, Michael. Said 4-2-3-1 as usual. Nichols in goal. Sway, Rowan, Feeney and Wallace at the back. Kasumu and McGuane in the two holding positions in midfield. Castledine on the right. Ashia in the number 10. Charles on the left. And Taylor up front. Or the right. I can't remember if I did left or right. I can't remember. Anyway, yeah. I mean, again, another lineup that, yeah, I can see why you've gone with this one. And it's a lot of people have got McGuane in their starting lineups. And maybe he's ready. And if he is, then I would certainly put him in, guys. I just was a bit more doubtful that he would be able to start the game tomorrow. But I can understand why everybody has put him in their lineups. Now, this is the time where we put our score predictions in the chat. Let me know what the score is going to be. And yes, it is that time where we put our score predictions in. So yes, get them in down below, guys. And we'll see what you guys are saying in terms of how confident you're feeling ahead of the game. But make sure you are smashing that like button though, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I would really, really appreciate all your support. Now, the score prediction for tomorrow night from me. I found this really, really difficult because in my mind I thought, you know what? I feel like we can win this game in normal time. But then my heart was saying something different. And I feel like it's actually going to be a really tight game this tomorrow. That's how I see it. And I think that we could actually have a penalty shootout tomorrow evening. I think that it's going to be level after 90 minutes. I think I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. And I'm going to go, we'll win on penalties. That's my prediction for the game. So yeah, let's have a look. Aiden says 1-1, and we win on penalties. Yeah, fair enough, mate. A nice one. I like that. I like that a lot. Joseph also says 1-1, Town win on penalties. Nice. Yeah. So three of us have gone for the same scoreline, and Jensen's gone for a 2-1 victory to Town in normal time. Well, we know it's, obviously normal time because we're not having extra time. It's straight to penalty beats level at full time. So yeah, 2-1 to us then. So fair enough, mate. I like that. So look, that has been your match preview. Let's see what happens tomorrow then. But hopefully we can get through to the next round. I believe that the draw will be taking place after all the games are being played tomorrow night, from my understanding. So yes, hopefully we do get through. And Michael says 2-2 in normal time, win for Town on penalties. So everybody's feeling confident. Everybody thinks we're going to win, but four of us think it's going to be a penalty shootout victory for us, which just shows how tight and close it's going to be. The fine margins are going to be on show, no doubt about it. But yes, we're going to wrap it up there then, guys. Obviously, it has been a little bit shorter than normal, but it's been a nice time, about 50 minutes. And we've kind of said all we need to say, but hopefully, I would like to say, just kind of close the show. Obviously, what I want to see is I do want to see the same what we've seen the past couple of games. Take the game to them. You know what I mean? Put them on the back foot. See how their defense is feeling. See how their defense is feeling. Put them under pressure. Stay organised. Stay solid at the back as well. From our point of view, when we, because we are going to have to defend in periods of the game, and I just want to see another step in the right direction from what we've seen in the opening 2 games of the league. I want to keep moving forward. I want to see some good things tomorrow night against a very good side. It'll be a good test. So I want to see it come out of the blocks early on. Hopefully, quite a lot of Town fans down there tomorrow night. I know it's only one side open for us, but I know they've opened the upper tier of the Riverside. So, yeah, obviously, if we can get as many fans as we can, get the win. And like I said, just want to see more positive signs, things to come away, walk away from the game and think, you know what, we really stepped up when we need to here, and we really have a lot of positives to take from the game. That's what I want to be saying, walking away from the game. Look, it's his first vlog of the scene tomorrow. If you're going, guys, obviously no. I am going, but I'm not going to be doing a vlog for. I don't really tend to do vlogs for home games because obviously a lot of you guys know. Obviously, I've done vlogs at our home before, and obviously will get quite repetitive. I don't like to vlog the match. You see, I'm not a vlogger that does the matches. Obviously, and that's why the away trips come in handy. When you go away and you can obviously have a look around the grounds that you're going to and do it that way and do my vlog that kind of way. It works well because then I'm not necessarily having to vlog the match either, but it gives people content of my day and everything. But for home games, it's a little bit more. I don't really do vlogs at home that often, do I? Because don't know. I could potentially do another one. For a home game, but I just don't know. I just don't really feel like doing one tomorrow night, to be fair. But yeah, there will be vlogs this season on the channel, away trips, and yes, some interesting ones to cover. Hopefully, some new ground I've never been to as well. We'll be looking forward to going there, and then Joseph's great stream right up the town. Lee Grant's Barmy. Big up, Joseph. Thank you for being here, and appreciate you being back in the community, of course, after a while. Michael says 0-0. Town win on penalties. Nice. Didn't you say 1-1 earlier, Michael? Oh no, you didn't. But it was Joseph that said that. Yeah, it's just because you've got the same icon, but obviously different names there. It's a brilliant live stream, mate, up the town. Big up to you, Ian. Thank you so much. Glad you enjoyed it. And up the town indeed. Matthew's in the building. Yes, Matthew, how are you doing? Good evening to you. We're just about to close the show, unfortunately. The away tickets are expensive sometimes. Yeah, no, I'm not talking about the expense of them. They are expensive as well. But I just mean, we were talking about the home kind of vlogs. Don't tend to do vlogs at home. Away, I want to tick off a few new grounds this season and do plenty of away games if I can. So, yeah, there will be vlogs coming to the channel. And Jen says, good stream. Brian up the town. Lee Grant's Birmingham. Big up to you all. Tune in. And Charlie is also saying great stream tonight, right up the town. Big up to you all. I feel the love this evening. Your support, your contributions have been really much appreciated tonight, to be fair. You've really engaged with me, and I like that because you guys make the channel what it is. And we've had some very good contributions, so big up to you all. Make sure you do smash a like on the way out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You guys can also vote for me in the Football Content Awards for Best New Content Creator. The link to vote is in the description of this video down below. So please do make sure you go and vote for me if you haven't already. We really much appreciate it. Nominations close this Sunday. So yes, final push. No injuries tomorrow. Yeah, no, obviously Miller out, but apart from that, we're pretty much clear. And Matthew said, anyway, I just came at the wrong time. Well done, mate. I'm coming back on the channel. No problem. No, you don't need. Obviously, yeah, you came up. You just timed it wrong this evening, which is fine. I appreciate you dropping in anyway and saying hello. And big up to yourself. And big up. Do what Matthew says. Vote Ryan. Vote me for the Football Content Awards. Yes. Anyway, guys, enjoy your evening, whatever you get up to. Fingers crossed for another win and a place in the second round draw in the cup. But until next time, take care, stay safe. As always, up the town, Lee Grant's, Barney Army. Let's go and get those Foxes tomorrow night, and let's get the win. Take care, everybody. I'll see you all very soon, and thank you all for your support. Bye-bye for now.